Welcome everybody back to another live stream tonight. Going to be streaming some Izzet Delver again on the same list we've been working with the last couple streams. Wanted to do something I'm familiar with before jumping into a league and incinerating some more tickets potentially. So a friendly reminder, if you do like Magic content, basically of any variety, please consider subscribing to the channel, as we're aiming to do a little bit more variety content, mostly focusing on Modern and Legacy, as well as some Arena play. I kind of vary what I'm doing right now. I only have a part-time schedule to be able to do this because of searching for a job in my field, as well as working full-time in retail. So, Legacy Delver, Blue-Red Delver, most played deck in the format right now, I do believe, or a variant of it is the most played deck in the format. Forgotten Realms really didn't do a whole lot to impact this deck. However, definitely the most played over the last 7, last 14. So yeah, pretty much was checking Goldfish to make sure it was the top deck in the format. But new additions: Dragon Rage Channeler, Ragavan, Nimble Pilferer. You know, this deck gets obnoxious when its threats get more powerful, and it's obviously its threats got more powerful. Also, the addition of Unholy Heat, basically becoming a Fatal Push or Swords to Plowshares-esque removal spell for a deck in a blue-red. One thing the color red has always struggled with historically is dealing with bigger creatures, and there are very few creatures that get more powerful than 6 toughness. Also being able to one-shot, you know, a Liliana Last Hope, Jace the Mind Sculptor, etc. is quite nice, even if they plus it to Fate Seal you. Of course, it does require Delirium. You know, we only play 4 card types in this deck, but you do a good job of getting cards in the graveyard. Between all your cantrips, all your counter spells, Dragon Rage Channeler doing its Surveil thing, you know, wastelanding your opponent, etc. You know, there's a little bit of tension between Dragon Rage Channeler and Murktide Regent, but Murktide Regent obviously is an absurd threat that's difficult to deal with. If it resolves especially, the only traditionally played removal that deals with it cleanly is Pyroblast, Red Blast, and Swords to Plowshares. A lot of the other removal, you know, Abrupt Decay, Fatal Push, none of those answer this cleanly. Bolt doesn't usually answer cleanly. Unholy Heat can if you have Delirium, but sometimes Murktide's a 7/7 or an 8/8, and even Unholy Heat one-on-one can't answer it. Beyond that, you know, got the Ridiculous Count, Cantrip Suite, Brainstorm, Ponder, also adding Expressive Iteration, so you get a ton of consistency with this deck. One thing, we are running 1 True Nemesis over what would likely be the 4th Ragavan in most builds. Cost is a thing when you're borrowing from mana traders. And then finally, 4 copies of Force of Will, 1 copy of Force Negation, along with 4 copies of Daze, is our Disruption package in the main deck, in addition to Bolts and Unholy Heat. Sideboard, 1 Caracas for anything with annoying legendaries, 3 copies of Relic of Progenitus for any type of graveyard shenanigans, Null Rod for anything artifact-based, usually combo decks obviously, playing LED or that kind of stuff, 1 Blazing Volley for any type of creature shenanigans, usually elves or goblins, 3 copies of Pyroblast for any type of blue mirror, 1 copy of Meltdown, 2 copies of a Braid for any type of artifact shenanigans. Obviously you can also bring in a Braid against any type of creature decks, 2 copies of Submerge for anything playing forests and creatures, and then 1 Court of Cunning. It's kind of an alternative win con. I've really only had an opportunity to see this played once, and it was quite hilarious. I think we were up against like some type of black-white mid-range deck. So, going to start a league tonight. Whether we finish it or not, you know, different story. I don't intend on streaming for, you know, terribly long time tonight, so we might not finish a league if, you know, some of the matches run long. So, but, you know, hopefully it goes better than our last burn league in Modern, where I went a quick 0-3 drop just because it was such a difficult time to stomach. So again, I'm not usually a Legacy player, so I am going in here with a little bit of a handicap, but hopefully we will hang on and do well. Alright, quick Q. It's always nice. Up against Bryant Cook. So, Storm. Storm variant of some kind. Seems pretty reasonable. On the play, we have a turn 1 monkey. Oh, no, sorry, he's on the play. So. Chooses not to shuffle. Partial negation is a decent pickup. Sure. Monkey see, monkey do. Don't really think we're interested in Chrome Mox particularly. Choose not to shuffle, draw the Delver. Sure, let Brainstorm go. Fortunately, probably gonna let that resolve. Nope. Sure. Sure. What's up, Doyle? How you doing? We're probably dead here. Just simply don't have enough. Interesting. Guess we're just chaining spells to kill us. Alright, so Null Rod's definitely coming in. Pyroblasts, maybe. Bolts and Unholy Heat are kind of useless. So I'll leave some amount of bolts in, but Pyro. And obviously, you place some amount of cantrips. Maybe one copy of a Braid, or am I supposed to bring in Meltdown? Yeah, I'm just questioning how many of Braids I want to bring in. Can I go like that? Seems a little bit awkward. Because there are only threats of Murktide, but we do have a Ponder and multiple Force of Wills, so I guess we keep. I don't know if I've truly become a Legacy player, but well, I don't know that it's the best deck in Modern right now, but it's reasonable. Oh no, I agree it's good against like Delver and such, but combo really is a problem for Burn. Played against one the other day that had Wheel of Misfortune. I found that to be a very interesting situation. So what are we currently missing? We're currently missing Instant. We have a Ponder on top. We just take Wasteland, right? No, because I've already played my land this turn. Ah! How to screw up. Should have taken days, I guess. Sure. Alright, nice to steal a game from one of the Storm experts. His deck isn't particularly graveyard based, so I guess we just leave in the vault. His hand isn't the best, but it's also not the worst. We are playing Bryant Cook. Who is one of the premier, if not the premier pilot of the Epic Storm. Monkey Dash. Bum bum ba-da-dum bum ba-da-dum bum bum ba-dum. So Pyroblast, Ragavan, Misty Rainforest, play Rainforest. Curious why we're stopping here, but whatevs. Probably shouldn't have played my land pre-combat, but is what it is. It's an interesting card. Monkey! Well, he's got to draw a second land before he worries about losing a second land. Oh, lordy. Well... Don't think we worry about this card. It's a weird one. Oh, it has Storm. Interesting. Monkey, back to hand. Dum 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 dum. Damn shuffling, dun 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 dun. Nope. Okay. Okay. Okay, we still might be dead from here. Yep, we're still dead. Apparently he can win with just one land. Well, he probably waited until the very last second to go off, because he was probably dead the next turn. So, especially if I would have actually left the spell on top that I was supposed to leave on top. We had him exactly lethal in the following turn. Okay. Like to play first. I think this hand's fine. Obviously, we won't have a turn 1 threat, but we do have Ponder and Brainstorm. I think even in the dark, we're just going to Ponder looking for a threat. Yeah. Gonna draw Expressive Iteration and we'll leave the Delver on top, just in case we have like a discard spell or something. Tropical Island into... I think we're just gonna use that. Okay. What on earth is going on? That was weird. Definitely don't want to draw another lands. We're going to fetch. Gonna get Abrupt Decayed. Nope. We just get an island here. Well, don't get the perfect Brainstorm this turn, but we do get a reasonable one. Darcy and Bolt on top, I think. Sure. Opponent's crying about top decks. It's like, my deck is nothing but freaking cantrips. Jeez. Crying, crying, crying. Yeah, Court of Cunning, probably a decent one in this matchup. What cards are not great here? Forces aren't the best. Dazes are a little bit weaker on the draw. We should have like one bolt. Yeah, pretty much. Can't keep his hand. We don't have any castable spells. Once again, can't keep his hand. His hand's at least keepable. Back, Brainstorm, and Bolt, I guess. Fetch basic island here. Delver, go. It's got a Strix, sure. Don't think the opponent plays that many. I think we're just going to hold a Pyroblast this turn cycle. So Delver to hand, Darcy on bottom, that, play that. Sure, I guess they're gonna name human. That's enough for one. Cantrip first. Let's go ahead and take them off all their mana. Cue the crying. Oh man, your deck that's designed to see your entire deck saw what it needed. Shocker. When your deck plays 12 cantrips, you see the cards you want to see. Duh? My entire deck's about mana denial, mana efficiency, disruption, killing you with quick threats. You're playing a deck that's playing mana dorks. Of course you're mana hungry. Of course you died to the wasteland. Bolt, Unholy Heat deck. You kept a 3-lander with your 3rd land being Dryad Arbor. Yeah, you have more powerful spells. I got it. Oh, Shark Punk, good luck. Well, I guess we keep it. Hand's a bit risky, but we'll keep. Do I get Mountain, or do I just get Volk and hope we don't get play Monkey? Caracas. Well, that one's annoying. So what deck plays main deck Caracas? Yep. Just play Darcy and pass turn. Or a lands variant could possibly do it. I'm still not sure. Jeskai something? Don't really like protecting this, but I think we kind of have to. Looking for a land more than anything else. Well, I mean, that's kind of a land. Yeah. Looks like it's just Jeskai of some kind. kind of deck plays all this, but is just Sky colors? Paying costs. Force of Will, pitching Stifle. Okay, and they can't cast Iteration, which is fine, because neither can I. Okay, they have their own expressive iterations, so we're probably losing this game. Sure. Opponent's likely holding out, or at least threatening Stifle here. So, gotta be mindful of that. Doing that to play around Stifle, they may not even have another one, but I'd rather not get my second land wastelanded for free. And it seems less likely that they're playing Wasteland in their variant of whatever they're doing. It could be Standstill. And somehow they managed to fit 3 Wastelands into their deck if they are. And they play Urza's Saga. if they are in fact standstill. Ponder. Okay. This card we would really have liked to have drawn. This feels like a Murktide and game over. Alright, they have an 8-8, so we're dead. Problem is, they have a lot of cards we don't want resolving, so it's like, how many Force of Wills can we afford to leave in? Kind of like that. Oh, I agree. It's a really dumb. It's a powerful design, and from what I've seen so far, it looks like we are up against Standstill, or a variant of it. Falls of... I'd like to play first. Hand seems fine. Power of the Monkey. Why would they bring an Alpine Moon against me? Wasteland? Sure. Alright, War Dog. Sleep well, man. Sure. Sure. It's 3 copies of Prismatic Ending. Seems like it. Well, to be fair, they have Murktides and other stuff too, so... We get stifled, we get stifled. Not much we can do about it. Pyroblast? Daze. Well... Nevertheless, I think janky control is going to be the death of us. Sure. Our last card was Ragavan? Oh, come on. Sure. I think we're blocking here. Really need to peel bolt. Caracas, yay. I mean, I guess we play it just to have an answer to Ragavan, but we're going to get beat down by these 4/4 constructs pretty quickly. Yeah, I mean that's the thing about leagues is like you never quite know what you're gonna play against, and it's whatever. Well, we did play against Storm in match number 1, so that might still have been a loss anyway. And the problem with the standstill deck is like if they are in fact on standstill, which we haven't seen standstill, but we have seen most of the other things. Like they have a I guess they don't have anything for burn in particular. But yeah, everything else seems to be indicating that this is in fact a standstill deck, even though we haven't seen Urza's Saga or standstill itself. Yeah, but it's a lot easier for yeah. Problem is we're dying to something that's already in play, so this makes no sense. This isn't It should just be attacking with everything here. Alright. Unfortunate. So we'll try to finish up this league tomorrow night. Obviously we ran against what looked to be Standstill, some type of bug control deck, or bug mid-range, and then obviously Bryant Cook on Storm. You know, it's really kind of hard, you know, deck that's a close matchup, deck that we're probably a decent matchup against, and then a deck that just kind of feasts on what we're doing, especially when we mulligan to 5 the one game. It's kind of hard to out-resource your opponent or even tempo them when you're down to 5 cards, but, you know, we tried our best. Yeah, we'll definitely be finishing up this league either tomorrow night or the night after. I'm having a lot of fun. You know, we're not necessarily winning every match, we're not necessarily winning every game, but I feel like I'm still learning a lot from this deck. You know, in the end, we're here to learn and we're here to play games, so, yeah. As far as the build, once again, still don't have enough, like, experience in the format to, like, say what the best deck is, the best whatever, so, you know, it's nice to gain experience and get better with a deck as things go along. And anyways, this has been... you could beat these control guys. Yeah, but remember the last time I played Burning Legacy, it didn't go particularly well either, so, you know, you take your chances, you play a deck, see what happens, and we might get to Burning Legacy eventually anyway, but anyways, I want to thank everybody for hanging out. O'Doyle, nice to see you tonight. War Dog, I know you're in bed, but nice to see you again, man, and I hope everybody else has been hanging out. Hope you all have a good evening. This has been John for MTG Nexus.